another 21 students to get in. Okay, some of them will be at the school. Okay, so as we can see, okay, welcome to our speaker of today of the day. Okay, Mr. Azriq Aiman bin Azman from SBPI Kuantan, Pahang. Okay,
Welcome, welcome.
okay, and very good morning to our principal too, Ustaz Aziz. Okay, so this morning we'll have our virtual Edu Camp for English slot with Mr. Azriq Aiman bin Azman. Okay, the focus will be on paper 1 today, right, Mr. Azriq Aiman?
Yes, Miss Fatin.
Okay, all right. So without wasting more time, okay, I think we can just start. So I'll pass as this slot to Mr. Azriq Aiman. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes,
Yes.
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 Alright,
Yes.
good. Okay. So, so as you can notice, I have two accounts in our Google Meet today. The first one, the one with the webcam, the one that you are seeing me, and another one is my iPad, so that I'll be sharing my screen in a few moments. Okay. Okay. All right. Can you see my iPad display now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So what we are going to be doing today is that, inshallah, okay, for these 2 hours, I'm going to, firstly, we are going to discuss last year question, maybe around 30 minutes. Yeah, maybe around 30 minutes. We are going to discuss last year question, and then we are going to look into a few techniques. Yeah, that I have been sharing, yang sudah share to many schools this year. Okay, I went to all MRSM in Pahang except for MRSM Kuantan, and I shared the same technique with them as well. And don't be intimidated, jangan takut. Although that I've shared with MRSM, with some SBP, but what I am going to share with you today, the technique for you to apply for paper 1 SPM is actually it's not that hard, it's not that difficult. Okay, it can be adjusted, boleh diubah sesuai. Okay, if you think that you are not that good in English, don't go for the high level. And if you think that you are you like challenges, maybe you can apply my technique and try to write with various technique and style for your paper 1. Okay, so we move on to this first. Okay, as you can see on the screen, okay, those are the mark distribution for both paper 1 and paper 2. Pemberat untuk paper 1 dan paper 2. Okay, if you notice on the top, belah atas ni, okay, is your paper 1. This part is your DW, and this part is your CW. Okay, as for your paper 2, this is your section A. Okay, the objective question. Okay, and the 10 mark is for information transfer. Okay, 8 mark is for reading comprehension. This both for summary. Okay, this one for poem. This one for novel, content language. Okay, the reason why I am showing this is that I am letting you know, saya nak bagi tahu kepada awak, in order for you to get A minus here, nak dapat 70 markah for English, for paper 1, you have to score 50 out of 85. Okay? Lebih sikit daripada separuh, more than half. Okay. And then for paper 2, you like it or not, in order for you to score A minus, you have to score 58 over 70 marks. 70 total marks. Okay. The reason why I'm showing this as well is that I am proving to you, I am telling you that paper 1 is actually not that hard for you to score. Because if you can see the weightage, kalau tengok pemberat markah ni, for DW, 3 mark is for format, 12 mark is for content, and language, you just need to score 10 out of 20. Okay. And for CW, the marks that you have to get in order for you to score A minus is 25 out of 50. 25 per 50 sahaja yang saya minta for you to score A minus. So first thing first is setting your mind. Awak tak boleh anggap paper 1 is the most difficult paper for English. Okay, paper 1, okay, if you look at CW, okay, tak minta pun for you to score 40 out of 50. No, I am asking you to get 25 and above. Okay, the reason why I am showing this is that I am telling you the truth as well. Kebenarannya ialah, when your paper is being marked, okay, when we mark your paper every year, year in, year out, the average mark for CW for almost 80% of candidates throughout Malaysia, 80% calon-calon SPM setu Malaysia, saya berani cakap, their mark for CW is just around 20 to 25, which falls under band E. Okay, all right. So by showing this, okay, it is also hope that you feel a little bit at ease, rasa lega sikit lah. Sebab apa? You can know that for you to score A for English, you have to score 25 and above for your CW alone. And for your DW language mark, out of 20, I am only asking you to get 10 out of 20. Minta 10 saja, tak minta banyak. But you must be careful with this too. Okay? For format and content, you like it or not, suka tak suka, awak kena score 15 markah. You have to score the full marks, for both format and content. Okay. So as I am presenting, okay, if you have any question throughout our session, you can also post them in the chat box. If I have time, I will address them later on. Okay. So moving on to the next part. So let me be clear with you. Tak susah. It's not that hard for you to score A minus. Why I am only aiming at A minus? Kenapa saya target A minus saja? Sebab insya-Allah, if you are consistent with A minus throughout your examination, daripada ujian March, your PPT, your trial, you have been scoring A minus and above, insya-Allah for SPM, you will score A solid for your SPM. Okay, paper 2 tak ada arah lah. Okay, for section A, you have to score 12 marks. Information transfer, you have to score full marks. Okay, for reading comprehension, you need to get 8 out of 10. Summary, you have to score 13 out of 15. Poem, you need to get full marks. And for novel, you have to score 10 over 15. This is doable. Jangan ingat benda ni susah. Okay, in my school, I am teaching in SBPI Kuantan. I am teaching set 2. Okay, set 1 yang excellent student, set 2 yang average, set 3 yang quite weak. Even my set 2 students, they can score 62 out of 70. They scored this for their trial. Okay, dia orang dapat markah 62/70 ni for paper 2 for their trial. For trial SBP. Okay, it is doable. So jangan rasa down, jangan rasa susah. Do your best, okay? Focus, alright? Listen to your teachers. Do a lot of practices. InsyaAllah, you can get A for your English. Okay, so moving on to the last year's question. Okay, I have shared with your teacher yesterday. I have shared with your teacher yesterday. Okay, before that, okay, I need you to go to this page first, of the handout that I've shared with your teachers, and I'm sure that your teachers have shared this with you has shared this with you as well. Okay? Okay. I want you to focus on this page. Okay? Okay. For this first part of our workshop, okay, dalam separuh masa yang pertama ni, dalam 30 minit ni, you are going to listen to me presenting. Okay, after this, okay, you are going to your Jamboard. Semalam saya dah try dah Jamboard ni. Okay, so we have 3 groups for SMAHMU. Later on, I will show you the grouping. I will give you numbers and you will join the groups according to your numbers. And I will ask you to write on the Jamboard. Okay, is that okay, everybody? Senyap ke semua?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tak sabar-sabar. I know. Tak sabar-sabar nak pakai Jamboard ya. Okay, alright. Okay, so now we look at this page first ya. Okay. So those are the 5 questions for last year. Soalan SPM tahun 2019. Okay, my advice would always be this. Okay, saya punya nasihat untuk my students is this. When you get the question, straight away you cancel these 2 questions. Okay, because you need to know yourself. Awak kena tahu kemampuan awak in writing in English. If you are good at writing factual essays, go on, carry on. Okay. Alright, before that, let me make a disclaimer. Yeah? Okay, so saya ubah balik. Let me rephrase. If you are used to writing factual and score 25 and above, go ahead. Write factual essay. If not, stick to the rest of the question. Stick to this, and stick to this as well. Okay, for number 1, alright, although it is called as descriptive essay, okay, you need to describe, okay, but it can also be in a form of a story. Boleh jadi cerita. Okay, number 3, nak tak nak, you have to write a story. Okay, you have to narrate a story. That's what it's called, a narrative. Okay, and for number 5, it's also a descriptive essay, but don't worry, you can still write your essay in a form of a story. Boleh buat jalan cerita. Okay, having said that, okay, before that, we look at the question first. Okay, number 1, number 3, and number 5, banyak perkataan dalam soalan-soalan tu. They are wordy. Last time when I took my SPM in 2005, soalan nombor 5 ni saja. This is question number 5 when I took my SPM, Excuse me. This is question number 5 last time. That's all. Music. Okay, last time during my era when I took my SPM, question number 5 is just like that. 1 word essay. Okay, although it is 1 word, okay, I was given the chance to write anything that I want as long as it is related to music. Okay, I can write about the advantages of listening to music. Saya boleh tulis kebaikan mendengar music. Okay, I can also write about different genres of music, different types of music. I can even write a cat named Music. So boleh tulis nama satu cerita mengenai kucing yang namanya Music. Tapi if compared to your time, look at your question number 5. Okay, kalau during my era dulu mungkin questionnya hanyalah best friend. Okay, but your era of taking SPM, there are a lot of things that you need to fulfill. Okay, write about the day you first met your best friend, describe where you were and how you began talking to each other, explain how your friendship has developed since that time. Okay, I'm going to ask a few of you. Nak tanya Ain Sofia lah. Ain Sofia, can you switch on your mic please? Ain Sofia? Tak ada lah ni. Buka je Google Meet tapi badan tak ada.
Ada 2 saya, mana 1?
Ain Sofia binti awak Nur Ain Sofia, nak Ain Sofia binti Mat apa ni?
Yes sir.
Okay, Ain Sofia. Okay. The question is very simple, don't worry. Compare my era and your era. bandingkan saya punya soalan zaman saya dengan soalan zaman awak. Which one is easier?
Maybe saya punya era.
Okay, my era. Thank you, Ain Sofia. Okay, that is one thing. That is one mindset that you have to change. Yeah, Ain Sofia, thank you. You can mute yourself. Okay, alright. Actually, soalan zaman awak is much easier compared to mine. Why am I saying this? Because last time, if you look at the question that I gave you, okay, soalan zaman saya dulu, number 5 music. You only have 1 hour to write the CW, right? And another 45 minutes for you to complete your DW. Okay? Do you think that you are able to write everything? Do you think that you are able to finish everything within 1 hour if you only have this for the question? It's quite possible. It's quite impossible. Okay? Agak mustahil. Okay, that's why I am showing to you in the next slide is that, okay, if you plan carefully, okay, the way you attempt one of the questions for CW, actually the question in your era is far easier than mine. Okay, firstly, what I want you to do is that get yourself a highlighter, get ready with highlighter. Siapa yang print kertas ni ready dengan highlighter. Kalau siapa yang tak ada kertas ni printed, if you are writing this on your foolscap paper, okay, you can get ready with your pens or pencil. Okay, first we are going to highlight the key words or the key phrases ataupun kata kunci in the question. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes to highlight the keywords, kata kunci, the key phrases from this question. If you don't have a highlighter, you can write it on your foolscap paper. Okay, 2 minutes. Sekejap je. Okay. I'm going to ask a few of you to present me the keywords after this. Okay. Yang risau, saya ada benda ni ha. Kita lihat siapa yang kena. Okay. Wheel of names. Okay, even when I conduct courses for teachers, they are also afraid of this thing. Bila saya bagi kursus pada cikgu-cikgu sekolah Kuantan, they are also afraid of this. Okay. Right, I'm giving you 1 more minute. Okay. Okay. Now it's time to spin. Kita lihat siapa yang kena. Aki-laki. Are you here, Aki-laki? Aki-lakama ada. Aki-lakama? Aki-laki is Aki-lakama, right? Hello, Aki-lakama. Aki-lakama, are you here, Aki-lakama? Akila? Terus ada yang left ni. Putri Arina left. Akila-kama? Tak ada. Tak ada, kita pusing lagi sekali. Ada Akila?
Ada.
Ada, okay, alright. So what's the first keyword in the question, Akila? Apa kata kunci yang pertama? Akila? Teguh tak ada. Akila? Ke connection tak bagus?
Maybe connection, teacher.
Oh, connection. Okay, alright. Kita cabut lagi seorang. Kesian si Akilah. Okay, Muhaimin. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Muhaimin. So, apa kata kunci? What's the first keyword in the question?
Write a story about two people.
Okay, so the first key phrase is two people. Okay? Alright, thank you, Muhaimin.
Okay, sir.
Okay, alright. Okay, to speed things up, okay. So the next keyword would be an argument. Okay? Alright. And the next keywords would be one of them lost a mobile phone. Okay? And then lastly, you must end your story with and they both realize how foolish they had been. Okay, if you look the requirements in the question, yeah, first requirement, second requirement, okay, third requirement, okay, and then lastly, the fourth requirement, okay. This is normal, yeah. I think starting 2014, okay, starting SPM 2014, lembaga peperiksaan decided that we need to spice up the question a little bit by including requirements. Okay, if you compare to my year last time, okay, number 5 is just music. If you look at your number 5 now, you have to write about a friend, okay, where you were, how you began talking, how your friendship developed. Okay, 4 requirements. Last year, there was a maximum number of 3 requirements. Tahun lepas kehendak soalan ada 3 saja. Tapi tahun ni, not last year, last 2 years, 2018 SPM, there were only 3 requirements in each question. Okay, but last year, they decided to add one more. So, ada 4 kehendak soalan that you need to fulfill, okay, when you are attempting the question. And don't be surprised, jangan terkejut if you take your SPM next year, okay, there are 5 requirements in the question. Actually, the more requirements that you have in the question, okay, the easier will it be for yourself, okay? Because why I am saying this, okay, if you look at this green thing here, okay, benda hijau ni, this is what we call as a plot. Okay, alright. And a plot, dalam plot ni, there are several parts. Part number 1, part number 2, part number 3, part number 4, and then the last part, number 5. Okay. In exposition plot, in your plot, okay, the first part is what we call as exposition. Okay, the third part is the most interesting part of your story. This is where you can include conflict in your story. Okay, and part number 5 is what we call as resolution. Okay, because we need to resolve the conflict that we had created earlier. Okay, all right. So in between, okay, in between exposition and climax, we have rising action. And in between climax and resolution, we have falling action. Okay, the reason why I first highlighted the requirements, kenapa saya highlight dulu kehendak soalan, is that it will be easier for you to plan your writing. Always remember this saying, yeah? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's why the rule number 1 for you to attempt paper 1 for your SPM is actually to plan your writing first by manipulating the question. Okay, soalan ini ialah pun boleh ubahnya dimanipulasikan. Okay, jalan cerita awak ialah pun boleh ubahnya bergerak balas. Okay, alright. So you can include all the highlighted requirements into your plot. Firstly, let's go into the exposition. Why I call this part as exposition instead of introduction? The reason is very simple. The root word of exposition is expose. Expose means dedahkan. So the first part of your essay, okay, the first part of your story, in the beginning of your story, you must expose the character, okay, where it happened and when it happened. Okay, so we are going to do the storyline for this question first. Sebab apa penting setunjuk macam mana nak buat storyline ni, nanti I will explain later on. There is a reason why I am showing all this. Although I know that your teachers have shown you this, have guided you this on how to create a storyline, I will share with you how I ask my students to create their own storyline. Okay, firstly, by exposing the characters and then where it started and when it started. So, who is the character? You have these two people here. You have to put here. So, let's say the first two people that you have chosen for your story name Ali and Abu. Okay? Alright. And then argument. Don't go about with, jangan completekan lagi. Kita masukkan dulu. Okay, kita masukkan dulu. We take each of the requirement into your plot first. Okay, second one. Second requirement of the question, kehendak soalan nombor 2, an argument. So where should you put the argument? Are you going to put the argument in the resolution part? Tak kan? Because if you put the argument in the resolution part, there is no story to tell. And this one you have to be careful. If you have no story to tell, kalau awak tak ada cerita, buat karangan cerita tetapi tidak menceritakan. Okay. If you do that for your SPM, we call that as partial treatment. Even if you miss any of the requirements, there are 4 requirements in the question, you miss one. Awak tak buat pasal argument je pun. Okay, you just write about 2 people, seorang hilang handphone and they both realize how foolish they had been. You are not fully answering the question. Itu yang bahaya. Starting SPM 2014, they are being very concerned about it. Okay, kalau awak tidak memenuhi kehendak soalan, maximum marks that you will get for your paper, for your CW paper, for your CW part is only 25 out of 50. Sayang. Even you deserve 40 out of 50, walaupun awak sebenarnya layak 40/50, tapi because you have left out one requirement, awak tertinggal yang ini satu awak tak buat, from 40 you will be marked down to 25. Okay, just because of you missing one requirement, okay, hilang satu kehendak soalan, berapa markah awak hilang? 15 markah. Okay, itu sangat merugikan. If you get 40 out of 50 for your CW, A plus memang dalam tangan dah. Okay, alright. So, argument, you can put the argument part in the conflict part. Okay, dalam climax. Tak sini. And then one of them had lost a mobile phone. Okay, sama ada nak masukkan dalam climax juga ataupun masukkan dalam rising action. Okay, alright. Kalau rasa susah, if you put one of them lost a mobile phone dalam climax, argument ni pindah dalam falling action. It's okay. Don't be too structured. Jangan terlalu berstruktur. Jalan cerita awak, tak kisah dia letak kat mana-mana. Janji ada. Okay. And then, ataupun awak nak buat macam ni. Ni lagi nampak clear lah kot saya rasa. One of them lost a mobile phone, kita letak dekat climax. Argument kita letak kat falling action. Okay, lastly, they both realized how foolish they had been. Okay, alright. So, the next tip for SPM is that I always tell this to all the schools that I've been. Okay, the first rule of creating a storyline is don't be too ambitious. Okay, jangan terlalu bercita-cita tinggi. Bercita-cita tinggi tu okay, tetapi jangan terlalu bercita-cita tinggi. Don't be too ambitious. Okay, for example, this one this storyline senang je. Okay, so it started with two people, Ali and Abu. Where were they? They were at school. Okay, when? Last day of school. Okay, so these two best friends, on the last day of school, at their school, they decided to go to a shopping mall during the holiday. Okay, biasalah kan, cuti mestilah pergi shopping mall, tengok wayang, cuci mata, makan kat food court and so on, right? Okay, okay. So the first part, they decided where to go. And then in the second part, rising action is what they are doing at the shopping mall. Okay. Alright, Ali and Abu. Describe lah. In the rising action part, you describe. Dia orang buat apa kat shopping mall? Watching movies. Kan? Shopping. And so on. Okay. And then suddenly, Ali wanted to go to the toilet. Okay. Ali nak pergi toilet, cakap kat Abu, Abu, I want to go to the toilet. Can you look after my mobile phone? Ataupun can you look after my iPhone? Okay. Make sure you are talking about a mobile phone. Don't write like this. Jangan tulis macam ni. Abu, can you look after my iPad Pro? That is not a mobile phone. That is a tablet. Benda macam tu pun sebenarnya rigid. Okay. Kalau awak salah sikit benda tu je, pemeriksa ada hak untuk bring down your marks to 25 because you are not answering the question. Okay, tu sebab kena jaga betul-betul. Okay, so Ali pergi toilet, minta Abu pegang, Abu pegangan. Okay, Abu said, okay, no problem. Abu took the phone and then put in his bag. Benda mudah je kan? Okay, and then Ali went to the toilet. Okay, so Ali balik dari toilet, Abu, where's my phone? Okay, and then Abu start looking for Ali's phone in his bag, and suddenly Abu started to sweat profusely, berpeluh, started to panic, gelabah, tak jumpa phone. And then Ali pun start lah, okay, marah. Abu, benda senang aja. I only ask you to look after my phone. That is the easiest thing that I could ask from you. Okay, then they started to have an argument there. Okay, alright. So argument dia ialah when Abu couldn't find the phone. Okay. And then after that, gaduh. And then when Abu wanted to hit Ali with his bag, pelupuk, jatuh handphone. Okay, jatuh on the ground. Alright. And then you can write here, Abu wanted to hit Ali with his bag. Okay, and then suddenly the phone dropped from the bag. Rupanya Abu salah cari. Okay, cari kat tempat lain. The bag is huge. Okay, letak dekat poket depan, pergi cari kat poket dalam, tak ada. Gaduh sebab benda bodoh. Yeah, you have to write like that because if you look at the ending, they both realize how foolish they had been. Mesti dia orang gaduh tu sebab benda bodoh saja. Okay. And then lastly, resolution. Barulah dia orang minta maaf ke apa, dia orang malu ke. Sebab apa? Dia orang gaduh tu kat shopping mall. Satu shopping mall tu tengok dia orang bergaduh and so on. Okay. The reason why I am showing this is that to prove this. Don't be too ambitious when you are planning your story. Okay, Cukup sekadar macam ni. Even soalan 2 tahun lepas pun, soalan 2 tahun lepas, describe a problem you once had while you were travelling. Okay. Soalan SPM 2 tahun lepas, soalan senang je. Apa masalah yang awak hadapi ketika awak pergi travelling? Okay, I went to this one school and I asked them, what kind of story that you want to give me? Okay, went to overseas, got on a aeroplane and then the aeroplane was hijacked. Yang itu, that is an example of being too ambitious. Kalau awak kata the plane is being hijacked, it will be difficult for you to develop the story from there. Sebab apa? Plane kena hijack, lepas tu orang tak nak kerja sama, plane meletup, semua orang mati. Awak pun mati. Maknanya awak tengah menulis daripada syurga. Okay, for example lah, contoh. That's why when you write your storyline, when you plan your storyline, make sure storyline awak tu tak payah complicated. Just go straight to the point. Okay, clear tak ni? Okay? Clear tak?
Clear.
Okay, alright. Ingat Okay, good. Okay, good. So the first one is that be straight to the point. The reason why I am asking you to be straight to the point is very simple. Okay? Tengok balik yang ini. Kan saya cakap, average mark for candidate throughout the year is 20 to 25. Dah language tu berterabur, jalan cerita lagi serabut. Memang elok-elok boleh dapat 25. Sebab jalan cerita serabut, pemeriksa boleh bagi 20. Okay, because of your storyline is not that clear. And because when you write too long, okay, you will have the tendency to create more errors. So in order of how long you should write for SPM, jangan risau kalau awak buat jalan cerita macam ni. That's why I first highlighted 5 parts of the plot, because for each part you write only 1 paragraph. So exposition 1 perenggan, okay, and then rising action 1 perenggan, climax 1 perenggan, falling action 1 perenggan, and then lastly the resolution 1 paragraph. Total of 5 paragraph, and the length of your essay should not exceed 3 pages. Jangan tulis your essay lebih daripada 3 muka. Okay? 2 pages is enough. 2.5 pages is just nice. Okay? 2 muka pun sebenarnya dah cukup. 2 muka ya, bukan 2 helai. Kalau 2 helai, 4 pages. Okay? Not 2 sheets. 2 pages. So 1 sheet. Cukup. Ataupun nak panjang sikit, 2.5 pages. Cukup. More than 3 pages, you are asking for trouble. Because I have one candidate last year, tulis sampai 5 muka surat. Okay? Kalau English tu okay, tak apalah. The language is horrendous. Okay? Banyak error. Okay? So, dalam boleh dapat 25 tu because the more errors that this candidate had committed, I brought down the marks to 20 out of 50. So, at this point, okay, dalam masa sekarang ni, we have what? Around 2 more months until your SPM. Your focus should be on reducing the number of errors. Bukannya fokus awak sekarang ni to create a complicated storyline. Your focus should be on reducing the number of errors. Awak kena kurangkan kesalahan tu. Okay, if you look at your trial paper that your teachers have marked, okay, awak kena kurangkan benda-benda dalam tu. Kena kurangkan yang, contoh ini essay awak. Okay, kena kurangkan benda-benda ni. Kena kurangkan. Okay, kena kurangkan. If you have these markings in every paragraph, kalau awak ada marking ni, kalau awak tengok balik trial paper awak, setiap perenggan awak ada merah like this, you will not go more than 25 out of 50. Okay, that's why don't complicate yourself with a complicated storyline. Tak payah, biar direct saja. supaya awak boleh kurangkan the number of errors. Okay, alright. Alright, so next one, what we are going to focus on is how I have discovered, ataupun I am going to share with you some of the techniques that you can apply for you to reduce the number of errors. Yeah. Okay, first let's look at this sentence. Let's eat grandma. Okay, mari makan nenek. Okay. In 1 minute, you tell me what is wrong with the sentence. Ya, nanti I will choose randomly. Saya akan pilih siapa yang kena. That person will tell me what is wrong with the sentence. 1 minute je. Buat benda senang. Okay, kita dah habis dah bab storyline. Okay. So kita dah habis bab planning. Okay, so the first part is done. We are now moving on to the second part. How can you reduce the number of errors for your paper 1?
This word doesn't have comma, teacher.
Okay, very good, Harif Jo. Okay, tak sempat pilih lagi, dia dah volunteer. Okay, so this sentence, okay, doesn't have a comma, and also it is lacking a full stop. Okay, kalau awak tak letak tadi macam ni je, mari makan nenek, meaning you are a cannibal. Okay, so in order for you to say to people that you are not a cannibal, you must add a comma and also a full stop. Mari makan nenek. Okay, but when you change one of the punctuation, let's say you put an exclamation mark here. Okay, it already changes the tone of your sentence, because when you put the exclamation mark, there are two possibilities. It's either you are angry or you are happy. Okay, all right. These two depends on how you are going to expand your sentence. Okay, boleh jadi awak marah sebab apa? Nenek ni lambat sangat, orang dah lapar dah, baru nak gosok gigi contohnya. Okay, so awak pun tak tahan dah, mari makan nenek lapar ni. Okay, showing that you are angry. Okay, neraka menantilah cakap macam tu dengan nenek kan. Okay, so if you are happy, it is also possible to say that you are happy because you are now, because kita ada MCO kan, we have PKP, lama tak jumpa nenek, 3 bulan tak jumpa nenek. So the first thing that you are going to say to your nenek, nenek jom makan. Okay, alright. So you can see here that just by changing one simple punctuation, okay, from a full stop to an exclamation mark, okay, it has already changed the tone of your essay. This is only being done by writing. Kalau bercakap senang, kita ada intonasi kan. Okay, tapi by writing it is quite difficult. Sometimes the examiner will be wondering. Kadang-kadang pemeriksa tertanya-tanya, budak ni dia happy ke, dia marah ke, dia sedih ke apa? Tak tahu. Okay, right. So by manipulating punctuation, you are actually able to create some tone in your writing. This is actually to make your essay or to make your writing more interesting. Apart from that, apart from just these two punctuation, you can also add quotation marks. So from a simple sentence, it has become a dialogue. Betul? Okay. And so far, sepanjang awak hidup 17 tahun ni, what kind of punctuation that you know? You know full stop, you know comma, lagi apa? Anik kacak. Sebab Anik ni kacak. Anik kacak, are you there? Anik kacak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Apart from full stop and comma, what other punctuation yang awak dah belajar dalam hidup awak?
Apostrophe punctuation, sir.
Yes, apostrophe lagi. Apart from exclamation mark, apa lagi mark?
Question mark.
Yes,
Question mark,
okay.
sir.
Okay, question mark and so on. Thank you very much. Okay. So these are the normal punctuation, okay, that you have been using throughout your life. Okay, so what I am going to share with you today is how you can use a semicolon. Okay, macam mana nak guna semicolon? Okay. How does a semicolon look like? If you are wondering, apa bentuk semicolon tu? Ha, ni dia. This is a semicolon. Okay, kalau tak nampak juga, saya highlight. Okay, that is a semicolon. Okay, titik atas, koma bawah. Okay, alright. Jangan risau, if you have not been, kalau tak pernah guna pun, if you haven't used this in your life, this is the time when you can use this in your life. Okay, so how to use a semicolon? Okay, you can use a semicolon to link two sentences. Okay, if you look at my slide now, okay, right? If you look at my slide, okay, this is sentence number 1. This is sentence number 2. Okay, why are they called a sentence? Because firstly, kenapa dua ni dipanggil ayat? First kali sebab dia ada subject. Okay, Syahmi and he. And secondly, sebab dia ada verb. Okay, ada verb. Okay, that's why those two are sentences. Okay, normally, how do you combine these two sentences? Normally, how do you combine sentence 1 and sentence 2? Nak tanya siapa pula Tanya Hazim. Hazim, are you there, Hazim? Hazim?
Ya, sir.
Okay. Hazim yang Hazim saja, bukan Muhammad Hazim. Hazim yang Hazim saja.
Ya, sir.
Okay, Hazim. So normally how do you combine these two sentences? Macam mana awak gabung dua ayat ni? Awak tambah perkataan apa?
Because and
Okay, you can, okay. There are two ways. It's either you add using the word because or you can use the word and. Thank you, Azim. Good. Okay. Alright. But this is so old school. Ini zaman 60-an boleh lah tulis macam ni. Tak adalah. This is normal. Okay. Remember when you write your essay, okay, you are trying your best to impress your examiner at the same time. Okay. Right. Instead of using bombastic words, okay, if you are doing that, okay, instead of using bombastic word, you can also use punctuation to impress your examiner. And one of the punctuation that you can use is a semicolon. Okay, but be careful, and this is my advice. Ini nasihat saya yang paling penting. When you want to use the semicolon, don't use in every paragraph of your essay. Tak payah. Okay? If you only use once or twice, guna sekali atau dua kali in your essay, that would be enough. Sudah mencukupi. Okay? So firstly, you can use a semicolon to link these two sentences. Okay. And there is a formula for this as well. Okay. If you look at the first one, it is showing the action. Okay. Syahmi couldn't fall asleep last night. Menunjukkan perbuatan. Perbuatan yang dia tidak boleh tidur. Okay. And then the next second sentence is showing the causes, the cause ataupun effect, pesan ataupun reason. Okay. So the first tip for you to use a semicolon is this. A semicolon C O E O R. Asa. Okay, rumus dia. The formula for you to use a semicolon is called ACE. A is for action, and then semicolon, the cause, the effect, or the reason. If you look at the sentence that I'm showing you, okay, kalau awak tengok ayat yang sebegini, Syahmi tak boleh tidur malam tadi, that is the action. Sebab, because, ataupun the reason is because he was thinking about his homework. So you can combine these two sentences, you can link these two sentences by using a semicolon. Okay? Alright. But you must be careful, in order for you to do this, okay, these two sentences, they need to be related to each other. Mesti saling berkaitan. Mesti related to each other. Alright? Jangan sini, Syahmi couldn't fall asleep last night, semicolon. The next one, you are talking about something else. Syahmi couldn't fall asleep last night, semicolon. Ali was swimming in the sea. Okay? Yang itu salah because they are not related. They are irrelevant. So in order for your sentence to be relevant, these two parts of your sentence need to be related. Okay. Alright? Clear tak ni? Do you have any questions so far?
Teacher,
Yes.
This type of what we call what ni semicolon, teacher.
Yeah, semicolon.
If you use this semicolon in our DW or CW,
Yes.
boleh ke macam
Boleh lah. Because boleh Harif. It's okay. That's why I am sharing you this. Okay? Why am I sharing you this? Because this is one way for you to reduce the number of errors in your essay. Ini adalah salah satu cara untuk awak kurangkan kesalahan dalam essay awak. Tak percaya? We look at this. You go through this one. Okay. You look at this one. You look at this part. Okay. Alright? Let's say you come up with a sentence like this. I was happy, semicolon, my father gave me a new bicycle. Okay. I am sure that almost all of you can write a sentence like this. Betul tak? Tak susah pun sebenarnya. That's why I said earlier before we start, you have to adjust accordingly. Kalau awak rasa tak yakin in writing longer sentences, you stick to the simple version of your writing. I was happy, semicolon, my father gave me a new bicycle. If you like challenges, kalau awak sukakan cabaran, you can write like this. I jumped with joy, semicolon. My father gifted me a new bicycle for my birthday present. Okay? Alright? Remember, banyak kali rasa cakap ni, at this point of time, dalam masa sekarang ni, yang dalam masa you have 1 or 2 months for your SPM, the aim is actually to reduce the number of errors. Sebab apa yang menghalang calon to get more than 25 mark for CW is actually because of the errors. That's why I said earlier, jalan cerita tu tidak berapa penting. Awak ada jalan cerita yang sangat menarik pun, if you have an interesting storyline, but you still have a lot of errors, you will still belong in the E band. Awak masih lagi dalam band E. So in order for you to move out from band E tu, nak dapat 26 to get D, mesti ada 1 ataupun 2 perenggan yang clear from errors. Okay? Ini sebagai tips ni sangat berguna ni, because the examiners, they will practice this. Pemeriksa dia akan tengok the whole essay. Kalau setiap perenggan awak tu semua merah ada tanda, jangan haraplah awak nak dapat 26 pun. Susah. Tapi if you work smart, like I said, that's why I showed you in the earlier when we begin just now, masa mula-mula tadi, saya dah tunjuk. To get A minus, CW you need to score 25 and above. To get 26 is very simple. Awak fokus on introduction ataupun awak fokus on the ending, buat elok-elok those two parts, jangan bagi ada errors pun. InsyaAllah, if you have these two clear paragraph, awak punya introduction clear, tak ada kesalahan langsung, and then your resolution part pun tak ada kesalahan langsung, 26 dalam tangan. Okay, sebenarnya ni kegak jari. Okay, saya tak boleh bagi tahulah siapa dalam marking SPM ni, tapi what I can say is that if you listen to what I say, insyaAllah you will get the mark that you desire. Okay, boleh ni?
Boleh.
Okay, so what I am going to do is now I want you to write on the Jamboard. Sekejap saya present my screen dulu jap. Sekejap saya stop jap. Okay, this is the part where you will start to write. Okay. Now I am presenting my PC screen. Okay. So, okay. Now there are 3 Jamboards. Ada 3 Jamboard ni. The first Jamboard ni memang saya tak numberkan. Okay. Jadi nombor 1 sampai nombor 17 nanti you are going to join this Jamboard. Okay. Nombor 1 sampai nombor 17 you are going to join this Jamboard. Okay. So siapa nombor 1, nombor 2 sampai nombor 17 ni nanti setunjuk lepas ni. Okay. Okay, and then number 34 sampai, number 18 until 34, you are going to join the second Jamboard. Okay. Alright, 13 sampai 34, you are going to join the second Jamboard. Okay. I will share the link in the chat box. Tunggu sekejap, saya tunjuk dulu. And then group 3 daripada number 35 sampai number 50, you are going to join the third Jamboard. Okay, the numbering is being shown now on the screen. Look at your name and then look at your number dulu. Tengok number dulu. Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute to write down your number. Okay. Okay. Dah catat dah nombor sendiri? Are you done with your number?
Yes.
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 Okay. So we'll start with the first group, number 1 until number 17. If you are number 1 until number 17, look at the chat box now. You are going to join this Jamboard. Okay, group 1. Group 1 masuk Jamboardnya tu dalam chat, tengok dalam chat. Okay, look in the chat box. Okay, so group number 1 until 17, you go to the first Jamboard. Okay. Alright, now group number 2. Okay. Group number 2, you are going to join this Jamboard. Okay. Jauhnya dia punya ni. Okay. Alright. And then group number 3. Okay, group number 3. Group number 3, you're going to join this Jamboard. Okay, pergi ke bawah sikit. Dia jauh tu. Okay, so group number 1 is this one. Group number 2 is this one. Group number 3 is this one. Are you in your Jamboard now? Okay. Okay,
Yes.
ada dah ni? Okay, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Group number 1. Okay, group number 1. You are going to write a sentence using semicolon for angry. Okay, saya ulang lagi sekali. Group number 1, you are going to write one sentence using semicolon, okay, for angry. Okay, kejap ya. Takut tak nampak ni. I will stop sharing kejap. Stop sharing. Balik kepada yang ini kejap. Okay. Okay. So group 1 will be doing on angry. Group 1. Okay. Group 2, you are going to do sad. Okay. Group 3, you are going to do shocked. Okay. Right. So I'm giving you 5 minutes to write on your Jamboard. Okay. Tulis satu ayat. Okay. Guna semicolon. Okay. Use the semicolon. Okay. Group number 1, write a sentence showing that someone or yourself is angry. Group number 2, write a sentence showing yourself or someone else is sad. And group number 3, you are going to be writing on shocked. So I'm giving you 5 minutes. Ya. Lepas tu kita buka yang ini. Okay. Right. 5 minutes from now.
Mr. Aiman, can you please
Yeah.
show the grouping list just now? Because some of
Okay.
them they didn't get the chance to look at the name.
Okay,
Thank you.
alright, kejap. Okay, this one. Oh, I cannot attach. Okay, let's look at the timer. Okay, we have 50 more seconds. Okay. Okay, time is up. Okay, we are going to be looking at your Jamboard now. Okay, we go to group 1 first. Okay. All right. Okay. We look at the first sentence now, eh? Okay, good one. Good effort, this one. We are looking at this one. Okay. I am very angry with my brother, semicolon. He had broke my new phone. Okay. Okay. This is normal, eh? Okay. First thing first, when you write your essay, okay, make sure you really be careful with your tense. Okay, here you are using present tense, and now you are using perfect tense here. Okay, be consistent with one. Okay, you can write like this. I was very angry with my brother, semicolon. He broke my new iPhone. Boleh. Ataupun he had broken my new iPhone. Okay, bagus juga awak guna perfect tense ni ya. Okay, sebab apa? I am going to share you this ya. Okay, if you look if you look here kalau awak tulis ayat macam ni, yesterday I had taken my breakfast. Semalam saya telah makan sarapan pagi. Okay, I am not going to ask you to guess. I will tell you straight away that this sentence is not correct. It is quite incorrect. Sebab apa? When you want to use a perfect tense, okay, when you want to use a perfect tense, okay, you cannot have a specific timeline. Tak boleh ada yesterday ni. Okay, if you want to write this sentence, yesterday, you should use simple past tense. Yesterday, I took my breakfast. Okay, jangan rasa shock sangat nak guna the perfect tense ni. Okay, when you have a specific timeline. Sama juga kalau awak buat sini last month. Okay, last week. Okay, last year. Don't use perfect tense when you have a specific timeline. Okay, itu saja. Okay, alright. Okay, this one good sentence. Okay, kita tengok pula yang lain macam mana. Oh, saya dah bagi nombor dah tu. Cuma letak kat for the first page je. Okay, it's okay. Okay, kita tengok yang ni. I was mad with my friend. Very good. She didn't want. Okay, she didn't want to do her homework. Bukan she don't want to do her homework. She didn't want to do her homework. Okay, this one. I was angry with my sister. She threw my lovely shirt. Not threw. And then Alif was angry with his friend. He stole his pencil. Good. See? Senang je. This one. If you look at this one. Alif was angry with his friend. Semicolon. He stole his pencil. Cukup. This is what I meant by reducing the number of error. Okay, kurangkan kesalahan tata bahasa, kurangkan kesalahan grammar in your in your writing. Okay, now let's look at the other one. Tengok group 2. How are they doing? Kosongnya group 2 ni. Okay. See, Ahmad was sad. His father died yesterday. Dah. Cukup. Cukup. Okay. Tengok lagi ada tak? Okay, tengok ni. Okay, Ma'ruf was sad. His phone was missing. Okay, masih lagi hilang. Kelang kabut Ma'ruf ni padam apa yang dia conteng kat bawah tu. Okay, alright. Next one. Ali was sad. His cat died. Bukan was died ya. Okay, alright, okay. See, daripada banyak kesalahan tata bahasa awak buat, ini salah satu je. Okay lah. This is still okay. Don't worry. Remember, we are not perfect. You are not robot. It's okay to make a few errors. That is fine. Okay, alright. But the aim is actually to reduce the number of error. Kita tak nak banyak sangat error. Okay, alright. Tengok ada lagi tak yang menulis? Ali was sad when his mother died. Mana semicolonnya? Okay, you can write like this. Ali was sad, semicolon. His mother passed away this morning. Innalillah ya. Okay, alright. Ada lagi tak? Okay, this one. Tom behaved like he was happy, but deep inside, he was very sad. This one you are using the word but. Tak payah guna but tak apa. Semicolon. Deep inside, he was very sad. Okay? Alright. Okay? Good. This one, good sentence. This is structure C and above ni. Okay? Tengok tak? Next one. Abu was sad. His bicycle was stolen. Okay? See, simple. Satu je error. Alright. Ada lagi tak? I'm so sad with my friend. His parents accident last night. Okay. I am okay. Not so sad with my friend. Yeah, something else. Yeah. His parents met with an accident last night. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Okay, now we go to group 3 pula. Group 3 macam sepi je. Ada, okay, alright. Terus padam, kelang kabut, nombor 35. Siapa nombor 35 ni? Kena tengok je. Number 35. Khairul. Kelang kabut Khairul madam. Okay. Ahmad was very shocked after he heard a terrible news of his best friend accident. Remember, I said just now, try to use the semicolon in your sentence. Ahmad was very shocked. Okay. Semicolon. He heard a terrible news of his best friend accident. That is not how you spell accident, eh? Okay, alright. Ada lagi tak? Dalam ni. Kosong ni. Group 3. What happened to you group 3? Are you in a class or what? Ni baru ada. Ni ada orang tapi tak bertulis. Okay, remember I have the Jamboard now. I can see who is writing and who is not. Okay, I was shocked. My brother had an accident. Okay, bukannya my brother was in an accident. My brother had an accident. Kalau nak guna my brother was involved. Alah buruk tulisan saya. Was involved in an accident. Okay, alright. Okay, congratulations. Okay, majority of you managed to apply what is being given to you. Okay, so let's come back to this. Okay, enough with the Jamboard, everybody. Let's come back to the Google Meet. Okay, okay, right. So that is one way for you to use semicolon. Remember, first you write the action, and then you write the reason or the effect or the cause. Okay, all right. Okay, my question to you is that when are you going to apply this technique in your essay? Okay, if you look at your storyline, okay, remember when you write your story, in each part you must express some feelings. Mesti menunjukkan feelings, perasaan. For example, in the first part, during last day of school, Ali and Abu, how were they feeling? Bila last day of school, nak school holiday, dah nak cuti sekolah, mestilah both of them were feeling happy. So you can write a sentence like this. Okay, Ali and Abu were excited. Semicolon. Okay, they had many plans for their school holiday. Okay, this is how you can apply the semicolon in your essay. If you have used the semicolon in the first paragraph, cukup. Okay, don't overdo it. Jangan rasa syok sangat. Jangan rasa syok sendiri. Mentang-mentang tahu guna semicolon, you want to write the semicolon in every paragraph. Don't do that. Even I have my student doing that as well. Okay, she tried to write the semicolon. She tried to use the semicolon in every paragraph of her essay. And sometimes when you have too many semicolon, your whole structure, your whole essay structure will look quite awkward. Dia akan nampak pelik. So, in order for you to maintain that, to maintain your essay is not being awkward, make sure you use one or twice only in your essay. So my advice is for you to use the semicolon in the exposition part, okay, or in the resolution part. Okay, alright. Pilihlah mana. Okay. At this point of time, dalam masa ketika ini, you need to work smart. You don't have to work hard. Okay, work smart. Okay, when you are writing your essay, your CW, you can focus. If you cannot focus on all, if you cannot control all of your paragraphs, you can control one of two paragraphs. Okay, just to reduce the number of errors. Okay, control tu maksudnya kurangkan kesalahan grammar in one or two of your paragraph. InsyaAllah you will get 26 and above. Okay, so the aim should be like that. Okay, cuba lepas ni in your class ke, when your teacher give you a CW question, try to come out with a good introduction and a good resolution, ataupun try to come out with a good climax. Pilihlah. Okay, out of these 5 parts or out of these 5 paragraph, you choose which one ataupun which two that you want to focus on. Try to reduce the number of error. Work smart. Okay, okay. Tak guna kalau awak hari-hari you, contohnya you want to write one day one essay. If you are still repeating the same mistake over and over, that is going to be useless. Okay, tak guna. So instead, to avoid that, focus on one or two paragraph that you are really confident with. Okay, try to reduce ataupun try to eliminate, hapuskan terus errors in those two paragraphs. InsyaAllah you will get 26 and above. Okay, remember, work smart, don't work too hard. Okay, it's already 9:50. I don't think that I'm able to share you with this one. Tak apa, yang ni kita skip. I want you to look at this one. Okay. So look at this part of your worksheet, yeah, of your worksheet. Okay. Now what I want you, okay, so those are in those empty boxes, we have these 3 missing punctuation, yeah. So isikan kotak kosong tu, fill in the blank with this punctuation, where to put the semicolon, where to put the comma, and also where to put the full stop. I'm giving you 1 minute. Nak letak mana? Yang ini ke letak full stop? Yang ini ke letak semicolon? Buat. Seminit. Tak apa. Our session is being recorded. After this, if you still need more explanation, you can refer to the recording that your teacher will share with you later on, yeah? Okay. I'm giving you 1 minute. Fill in the correct punctuation in the empty boxes. Okay. All right. Okay, so here is the answer. Okay, if you are done, let me give you the answer, yeah. The first one, the new shopping mall has groceries on the lower level. Semicolon. Okay, luggage, comma, housewares, comma, and electronics on the ground floor. Semicolon. Men's and women's clothing on the second floor. Semicolon. And books, comma, music, comma, and stationery on the third floor. Okay, in the chat box, okay, can you tell me how many sentences can you see in this structure? Berapa ayatnya awak nampak dalam struktur yang saya tunjuk kat awak ni? Cuba type dalam structure. Type dalam structure pula. Cuba type dalam chat box. Okay, Harif kata there are 2 sentences in the structure. Anyone else? Norin said 4. Okay, Zamratul Rahman said 4. Akmal said 3. Putri Arina said 1. Auni pula. Auni Nabila 4. Okay, thank you. Yang lain ni semua dah tiru kan ni. Okay. Congratulations Putri Arina. The answer is 1. The reason is very simple because we only have 1 full stop. Kita ada 1 je tanda nokta. That's why this is only 1 sentence. I know, saya tahu. Okay, when you write, you want to come up with the same structure of the sentence, you will write one by one, right? You will write the sentence first, and then you will write the sentence, and then after that you are going to write the sentence and 4 sentences. By using this structure, by using this semicolon, you can combine 4 sentences into 1. Okay? But there is a way of doing it. Firstly, if you look at the sentence, we are talking about a shopping mall. Okay. And in the shopping mall, there are many levels. Okay. Firstly, we talk about the lower level. And then second one, ground floor. And then third one, we are looking at the second floor. And then lastly, we also have the third floor. So kalau saya buat macam ni, okay, can I get everyone to write this on your notepad? Okay, if you are writing on your notepad, you can write like this. Okay, mula buat macam ni, shopping mall. And then you do the breeze map. Buruknya sebenarnya ni. Sekejap ya, let me edit sikit bagi cantik sikit. Okay. Allah. Okay. Okay, shopping mall tadi we have different levels, right? We have lower, Okay, we have ground floor. Okay, we have second floor. We have third floor. Okay, lower level, ground floor, second floor, third floor. And each of the floor, we have different things as well. Okay, for example, in the lower level, kita ada luggage. Okay, kita ada housewares. Kita ada electronics. Okay. And then on the ground, oh sorry, my bad. That one, these are all in the ground floor. Lower level, we only have groceries. Okay. For second floor, we have men's and women's clothing. Men's and women's clothing. And lastly, on the third floor, we have books, we have music, and we have stationery. Okay, so you are using semicolon to describe one premise, which is the shopping mall. Okay, so in the shopping mall, you still want to describe different parts that we have in the shopping mall. So kita ada lower level, kita ada ground floor, kita ada second floor, kita ada third floor. In order for you to describe all in one sentence, awak nak terangkan, awak nak describe. What is describe in English? Awak nak describe the shopping mall, and you want to include the different levels, you want to include all these things in the different levels into one sentence, you can use a semicolon. Okay, contoh dia ayat macam ni lah. The new shopping mall has groceries on the lower level. So describe the lower level first. Okay, and then you put a semicolon. You describe the ground floor pula. Okay, in one sentence. Once you have described the ground floor, make sure you use semicolon, and then describe the second floor, semicolon, and make sure in the last semicolon, dalam semicolon yang terakhir tu, it must be followed with N. Mesti diikuti dengan N. Okay, in the last semicolon. Last semicolon. Mesti ada N after that. Okay. Okay. Apart from shopping mall, okay, let's do this. Let us describe your school. Okay. So, what are the different places that can be found in your school? Can you type in the chat box? Can you use the chat box and describe? Sama je konsep macam ni. Shopping mall, we are talking about one premise. Tapi in that premise, there are other different parts. Ada lower level, ground floor, second floor, and third floor. Sama juga dengan school. One premise. Tapi ada bahagian-bahagian tertentu. So, firstly, you can describe the academic block. Second one, okay. Okay. Okay, the one that you gave me to lab, library, classroom, where can you find all those things? In the academic block, right? Okay? Yes, okay. So, classrooms, library, and also lab. Okay, someone, Akmal, go Akmal, you gave me the school field. Okay, so where you should put the school field? Do you have the school field at the academic block?
No.
No, okay. So field here. Okay. Now you tell me, what are the things that can be found at the school field? Bagi 3 pun cukup dah. And then what? Okay, tak apa. Tulis. You write on your note. Okay. You have the school track. Okay. Maybe you have the store. Maybe you can also describe about the goalpost. Okay, and then give me one more. Okay, do you have hostel at your school?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you describe your hostel. What can be found at your hostel? Okay, let's say, of course, hostel we have dorms. Okay, and we have your favorite place as well, toilets. Okay, maybe you have the laundry room. Kalau tak ada pun anggap je lah ada. Okay, maybe you have the utility room. Utility room. Okay, so in 3 minutes, dalam masa 3 minit, on your Jamboard, lagi sekali pergi ke Jamboard sekarang masing-masing. Okay, I want you to come out with this sentence. Saya nak awak tulis ayat ni. Using semicolon and also commas, I want you to describe your school. Ni Safaraz cakap water cooler. Okay. Nak masuk water cooler pun boleh Safaraz. Good. Okay. Okay, nak bagi awak happy saya tulis lah. Water cooler. Okay. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Sebab benda senang. Copy je. Copy je macam yang tadi ni. Cuma tukar je shopping mall, tukar je di school. My lovely school has what at the academic block, semicolon. Okay, what okay, at the hostel, semicolon, and what at the field, at the school field. Okay, I'm giving you 3 minutes.
Teacher, can you share the screen?
Which one, Arif?
Yang tadi ni teacher. School semua tu.
In school, okay, alright.
Ni,
Okay,
teacher.
alright, you're welcome. Okay, we have around 1 more minute. Okay. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, let's look at your Jamboard. Okay, alright. First one, Khairul ni. Okay. My lovely school has okay. Yang first ni dia macam keliru sikit. Nas. As. Okay. My lovely school has okay. My lovely school has academic block that consists of classrooms, library and lab, semicolon. Okay. My hostel has dorms, toilets and water coolers. Okay, semicolon. And my school also has a field with a lot of equipment, for example. Okay. Don't just describe what your school has, but you must also describe what are the things that you can find at those parts of your school. Patutnya dia jadi my lovely school has classrooms, library and lab at the academic block. Okay. Semicolon, dorms, toilets and water coolers at the hostel. Semicolon. And a lot of equipment and a lot of sports equipment on the school field. Okay? Alright, good. This one good attempt. Tak apa, kita try and error Try and error, cuba. Okay, you can also discuss with your teachers. Okay. Habis dah group 1. Okay, tengok group 2 ada tak yang nulis? Okay, nada ni Okay, my lovely school has classroom, lab and library on the academic block. Okay, semicolon, betul lah. Mungkin tak sempat lagi sambung. It's okay. You are on the right track now. Okay, biasalah bila buat meeting online ni, there are some shortcomings that we have to face. Okay, tapi I am sure that you get the idea of what I am trying to share with you kan. Okay. Ada lagi tak yang lain? Tak ada? Okay, tak apa. You can try this later on Okay, tak apa. It's okay. Okay. Masa pun tak berapa nak ada ni. We still have around 20 minutes. Okay. Tapi what I am trying to show you is that when can you use such structure in your story? Nampak tak? That's why I purposely in your story I purposely write about going to the shopping mall. You can apply that structure in this part of your story. You can write like this Saya tulis terus. Okay. When they reach the shopping mall, they would see a lot of things going on. Okay, a group of teenagers were queuing up for movie tickets, semicolon. Okay, families enjoying themselves at the restaurants, semicolons, and a lot of workers from the office nearby were grabbing their quick lunch. Okay, nampak? Okay, so tadi structure yang tadi tu, kejap ya, jauh sangat dia punya ni. Structure yang tadi tu, okay, structure yang tadi tu, we are just describing the place. Okay, the new shopping mall ada grocery, your school ada tu, your school ada ni, shopping mall ada tu, shopping mall ada ni. Tapi this structure, okay, here we only include all the things, objects, ada apa. Yang ini semua, structure yang ini ada apa. Structure yang ini, you are describing the situation. You are telling the reader what's going on at the mall. Okay? So when they reach the shopping mall, they could see a lot of things going on. A group of teenagers, okay, buat apa? They were queuing up for movie tickets. Okay. Families, buat apa? They were eating at the restaurant. And lot of workers, dia tengah buat apa? Grabbing their quick lunch. Sama je. It is the same like this. Okay? So at the shopping mall, teenagers, okay, families, and then lastly workers. What were they doing? Teenagers, they were getting their movie tickets. Where? At the cinema. Families, they are eating. Where? At the restaurants. Okay, and then workers, what are they doing? They are grabbing their quick lunch. Where? At the convenience store. Okay, 7E ke, Family Mart ke, and so on. The concept is the same. Okay, you are talking about one premise. You can describe what's going on. You can describe the premise. This part is you are describing the premise. Okay, you are describing the premise. Okay, this part, the second part, the second structure, you are describing the situation. You are describing what's going on at that time. Okay, there is one way of using semicolon. I know that we have quite a limited number of time sebab normally when I conduct this workshop, selalunya seperlukan 4 jam. Okay, according to the initial plan, I was supposed to go to your school and conduct this workshop for 4 hours. Tapi since because of PKPB, so I cannot go to your school. So that's why we are doing this online and this within 1 hour. Okay, saya minta maaf lah if I'm going a bit fast. Okay, agak laju. So what you can do later on, okay, since this session is being recorded, okay, you can look through the recording again. Kalau mana partnya awak tak faham tu, tengok balik rakaman kita punya sesi ni. Okay, try to understand on your own. And if you still have things to clarify, okay, you can either ask your teacher, okay, or you can ask me. Okay, boleh tanya saya lah. Okay, through WhatsApp or through any other mediums that you can find. Boleh tak ni?
Boleh.
Boleh.
InsyaAllah, okay. So I think that is one way for you to actually sebenarnya apart from reducing the number of errors, selain daripada mengurangkan kesalahan, sebenarnya the technique that I am sharing is for you to actually to vary your writing style, untuk mempelbagaikan gaya penulisan awak. That's why I said earlier, if you just write like this, kan, kalau awak tulis macam ni je, Syambi couldn't fall asleep last night because he was thinking about his homework. Benda tu biasa. Semua orang boleh buat ayat macam tu. So to make it more extraordinary, nak jadikan dia luar biasa sikit, okay, you use semicolon. Okay, and this thing needs practices. Sampai satu tahap nanti awak boleh tulis macam ni. Okay, instead of just describing a place, you can also write, you can also describe the situation, what is going on at that place. Okay, depending on your storyline. Sebab storyline kita tadi cakap pasal kat shopping mall. Okay, kalau if you write at the airport, buatlah kat airport. Okay, if you write it in the village, buatlah kat village. Because this thing, benda ni, yang describing ni, you can apply to many places. That's why I said you can apply the same technique for school, village, airport, office or neighborhood. Contoh kalau buat dekat village. Bahagikanlah village tu dekat east of the village ada apa. Dekat west of the village ada apa. Okay, dekat north part of the village ada apa. Kat east tu maybe ada shop houses. Okay, dekat north ni maybe ada river. Dekat west ni maybe ada my grandma's house. Okay, and so on. Okay, you have to adopt and adapt. So bagi benda basic ni, insyaAllah, when you practice with your teacher, you can adopt and adapt. Tapi please be mindful, please be reminded, okay, don't overdo the semicolon. The semicolon is there to give more variation to your writing style, and the semicolon is also used to reduce the number of errors. Awak kena ingat, benda itu yang paling utama sekarang. We have to reduce the number of errors. We cannot afford to have a lot of errors in your essay. Tapi macam saya cakap, the errors is inevitable. We cannot there will be errors, tapi we have to reduce the number of errors. Itu yang penting. Okay? Alright. Okay. So for this one, okay, verbing ni, okay, these are 20 words that you can use to make to spice up your writing a little bit. Serta amalkan hafal bombastic words. Sebab apa? It is quite dangerous when you memorize or when you know some bombastic words, setakut when you apply those bombastic words in your essay, dia tak kena dengan the context of your writing. Okay, for example, saya bagi contoh satu je, bombastic word, flabbergasted. Flabbergasted ni maksud dia sangat terkejut, very shocked. Okay, if you write a sentence like this, kalau awak tulis ayat macam ni, I woke up one night and then I went to the kitchen. When I entered the kitchen, I saw a small cockroach. Lipas yang kecil. I was flabbergasted. Okay. The word is, there is nothing wrong with the grammar part of your sentence, tetapi the word flabbergasted tu, it is not suitable. Tak sesuai dengan context of your writing. So that's why nanti examiner akan buat macam ni. Okay, yang ini marking for minor error. Okay, yang marking yang macam ni for major error. Okay, this type of marking is to be avoided at all. Kalau awak tulis ada marking double stroke tepi ni, yang inilah awak paling kena elak sekali. Sebab kalau awak ada double stroke ni, maka awak memang 20 dan ke bawah. Awak takkan pergi 20 dan ke atas for your paper, for your CW, for your paper 1. Okay? Alright? Okay. So, coming back to these 20 words, okay? These are the words that you can use as a verb. That's why I am calling this verbing. For example, the word gun, I don't want you to write like this. Saya tak nak awak tulis macam ni. Don't write like this. The policeman has a gun. Okay. Ayat ni betul. Tetapi this is not what I wanted. Okay. Alright. The policeman has a gun. The word gun here is functioning as a noun. I want you to use the word gun as a verb. For example, the policeman gunned down the robber. If you look at the word gun here, yeah, the word gun here is actually functioning as a verb. Dia menjadi kata kerja. Saya tak nak dia jadi kata nama. Okay, sebab ini biasa. Yang ini nampak macam bijak sikit lah. Nampak bijak banyak lah. Okay. This type of things will give you merits. Okay, merit maksudnya bila awak tulis ayat-ayat macam ni, pemeriksa akan buat macam ni. Maknanya that is merit. When you have quite a number of merits in your essay, markah akan jadi lagi tinggi lah. Senang je, markah akan jadi rendah bila ada banyak benda-benda macam ni. Dan markah akan jadi lagi tinggi kalau ada banyak benda-benda macam ni in your essay. Okay? Alright. So this is the concept of verbing actually. Okay? When you go and look for perkataan-perkataan words that are common to you. Okay, contoh gun, awak tahu pistol. Tapi tukar dia jadi kata kerja, nembak lah jadi tembak. Sama juga macam elbow. Janganlah tulis I have an elbow, saya ada siku. Semua orang boleh buat ayat tu. Tukarkan elbow tu jadi kata kerja. For example, okay, saya bagi tu kalau jawapan dia. For example ni the striker was elbowed by the defender excuse me, in the tight football match. Okay, sama dengan perkataan pen tadi. I pen this letter to inform you that I'm going for a campaign. Jangan risau, tak payah salin. I will share this with your teacher and your teacher will share this in your WhatsApp group whatsoever. Okay? So if you look at all the bolded and also underlined words, those are the normal, the common nouns. Okay, kata-kata nama yang awak biasa tengok, and they are functioning as a verb. Dia orang berfungsi sebagai kata kerja. Contoh pen. Awak tengok perkataan pen kat sini. Awak tahu perkataan pen dalam hidup awak ialah pen lah. Pen untuk menulis. Tapi if you change the word pen to verb, it means write. Okay? Sama juga yang lain-lain tu. Okay? Tapi not everything that you can maintain the original structure. For example, this one. Excuse me. The word hospital. In order for you to change the word hospital into the verb, you need to add some suffix. Kena tambah imbuhan akhiran. Okay, so hospital becomes hospitalized. Okay, light become lighten. Simple become simplify. Central become centralized. Terror become terrorize. Bukan terrorist ya. Motive become motivate. Personal become personalized. Fright become frightened. Computer become computerized. Pure become purify. Okay, so practice writing sentences for all these words. Okay, maybe in the next class with your teacher, you can practice this. Lengkapkan verbing ni and then you discuss with your teacher and then try to apply this in the storyline. So what you can do nanti lepas habis sesi kita ni, saya nak bagi homework pula. Dah lah cikgu dari sekolah lain yang bagi homework pula kat aku. Okay, homework awak ialah maybe your teachers can set you in different group, in 5 groups, dalam 5 group yang berbeza. One group write each part. For example, exposition group write only on exposition. In your group, in your paragraph, try to include semicolon and try to include verbing as well. Okay, alright. And you can also use the others punctuation as well. Okay, you can use quotation mark. You can use dialogue. Make sure you have dialogue in your essay. And don't overdo and don't overkill your essay by writing too many dialogues. Tak payah dialogue banyak-banyak. Remember, you are writing an essay. You are not writing a script. You are not writing a drama script. You are writing an essay. So make sure you control the use of quotation marks in your essay. Okay? Alright? Okay. These are also other examples of verbing. Okay? Fish, book, okay, iron and so on. I will share this with your teacher, don't worry. Okay. Right. And then before we end, just a little bit about last year's DW. Saya nak sentuh sikit DW. Saya tahu cikgu awak dah ajar dah DW. Your Miss Fatin has already taught you on how to attempt the DW question. It's just that this one part that I need to highlight regarding last year's punya DW. Ini based on last year punya SPM question. So last year for DW SPM question, they came out with this for some of the content points. They gave you headings. Okay, dia dah bagi headings. Okay, information, topic, go green day activities and also conclusion. Those are the headings, the subheadings for your essay. But for this one, for this particular for this particular part, lembaga last year decided to include this. Give details for each activity. Okay, sebelum ni jaranglah, saya rasa tak ada pun sebelum ni tak ada. Give details mean you have to elaborate. Awak kena kembangkan the content point. Okay, for example, the first one, you can write like this. One of the activities is a talk by an expert, Mr. Aiman. Okay, don't worry. Details here bukannya bermaksud, it doesn't mean that you have to write another sentence. Bukannya menulis ayat yang lain. Tak payah tulis macam ni pun tak apa. There is a talk by an expert, full stop. The talk was given by Mr. Aiman. Okay, tak semestinya you have to write another sentence to give the details. Tak semestinya. Okay, this is also considered as details. When you write like this, you will see it. Okay, making a garden where? Making a garden at the school backyard, for example. This is considered as detail as well. Awak akan dapat content point punya markah. Tapi kalau awak tulis, the next activity that we did was making a garden. No details, meaning you won't get the content point mark for that particular content point. Okay, sama juga recycling. If you just write like this, last year, one of the Go Green Day activities is recycling, full stop. Sebelum-sebelum ni, lembaga bagi. You will be awarded with the content point marks. But last year, they need details. If you just write like that, the next activity that we did was recycling, full stop, no content point. You must elaborate. Okay, we did recycling at the where? Okay, we did recycling with whom? Kena elaborate, kena tambah. Give one more activity, senang sangat. A poster competition involving primary school students. Barulah dapat content point ni. Okay? That's why you have to be a bit careful when you get the question. Okay, when you take your SPM next year, make sure you look at the question carefully. And please, for DW, don't waste your time writing long introduction. Pakai je benda yang dalam ni and then include them in your introduction. Cukup. And then for this part, you can include in the conclusion lah. Nama pun subheading is conclusion. So, perenggan first, dengan 2, 3, 4, 5. Cukup 5 paragraph for DW. You must remember that you are only given 45 minutes to complete the DW. So don't waste your time writing long introduction, and don't waste your time write too many elaboration for each content point. Maximum of 2 extra sentences for each content point. Cukup. Tak payah banyak-banyak. Okay? Clear tak ni? Do you have any other questions?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Clear? Okay, tak apa. Kalau ada soalan, if you have any further questions, okay, you can give to your teacher, okay, Miss Fatin, and then Miss Fatin will forward them to me. I hope that I have been very helpful to you. Saya harap saya dah membantulah pada awak semua. Okay. It's actually quite sad, quite disappointing because I couldn't get the chance to meet you face to face in person. Tapi hopefully through our online workshop ni, you have gained a lot of things, and please remember at this point of time, okay, rasanya dah kali keempat saya cakap ni, dalam masa sekarang ni, dalam masa 1 to 2 months to your SPM, the aim for paper 1 is actually for you to practice and for you to reduce the number of errors. If cannot in all paragraphs, focuslah only on 1 or 2 paragraphs so that you can at least get 26/50 for your SPM. And please remember all the time that practice makes perfect. Betul? Okay? Alright? Okay. With that, I thank you and I wish that every single of you, semua calon SMAHMU, will score A+ for all the subjects.
Amin.
Okay? Amin. Okay. So I shall pass back the session to Miss Fatin.
Alright. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Azriq Aiman, for your fruitful, meaningful session with the students. Okay, and I'm sure that you have gained lots of information. Okay, basically to cater to CW, and as well as not only for CW but also for DW, for your novel writing and your summary. So what Mr. Aiman has taught you just now with the upper sentence structures, okay, the ways for you to maximize instead rather than using the normal conjunctions and but, because, and of these, okay, these can be applied in all the writing sections in your English 1119. Okay, so again, thank you very much, Mr. Azriq Aiman, okay, for spending your time 2 hours this morning with the Form 5 from SMAHMU. Okay, and please do whatever that Mr. Aiman already taught you. Okay, with that, okay, everyone say, can you please turn on your camera, mic, and say thank you to Mr. Aiman and wave to Mr. Aiman. Okay, thank you, Mr. Aiman.
Thank you.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
All the best. All the best.
Alright, okay, so
Thank you,
that,
sir.
okay, so that's the end of our VEC for English slot. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. All the best for your SPM next year. Bye. Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye, sir.
Stay safe. Stay safe.